everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast with Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. How are you, Jay?
Hey, guys. How are you?
Doing all right. It's Member Sunday, so I'm actually not doing all right. I got a couple cocktails in me.
Yeah, a couple burgers.
Yeah, I'm worried I'm going to get carried away on the mic, say some inappropriate things. You know, well, what are you going to do here? Anyway, yeah, welcome, everybody. It is Twin Peaks Member Night.
Yes, sir.
Gary is here. James, as he's known around this crew. James, thank you for being a member of the fine group here. Appreciate that. And I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed your burger. Yeah? He's just nodding. Yeah.
He's nodding affirmatively.
Gary's good.
For the record.
We got Deo here, and I will not do the Deo joke. Won't do that. He's the fine chef in the house. Welcome, Deo. And Katie is here, the beautiful Katie.
Hi.
She's got her daughter's arm tattoo. She's tattooed her daughter's name on her arm. It's Kiliana.
Kyliana.
Oh, thought it was Kiliana. Kyliano.
Holy shit, let me see that.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Wow. Yes, indeed, you do have it. Wow.
Yeah.
Corey was not screwing around tonight. You guys brought some delicious food. I love that. I don't know what it was. It was like a hoagie bun and ham and...
The pork cubano.
No, get on the mic, Dale. Come on, don't be afraid.
We brought the pork cubano.
Pork Cubana. I can't say it,
Cubano.
Cubano.
but Cubano.
It's male, not feminine. Cubano.
Got you.
Yeah.
But it's delicious. Did you try it? I know you had some of it. It's delicious. Oh, that might be my favorite thing that you guys have ever brought over.
Yeah, and that's all you ate.
I know.
Well, yeah, did you not have a burger? I mean, the burger was fucking incredible.
I know.
No, he didn't.
So he just said it was the best thing he's ever had, but, you know.
Yeah, I'll get to the burger. I've had the burger before. I'll get to the burger later, but I had the what? What did I have?
The pork cubano.
The pork Cubano. It's very good. Corey, thank you for bringing them over. Of
course.
And this was cool, man. It was different because you guys actually used the grill outside and the oven and fired it all up and cooked it fresh on site. So we appreciate it. So thank you guys for coming in. Thank you for hanging and making food.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Deo, I like you. Katie, I like you. Corey, great job as always. We missed Bailey.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
These guys pulled it off, though.
Yeah, they sure did.
And Katie, I told you you'd know when it's time to leave.
Yeah.
Now all of you, get the fuck out now before I get too mad to turn back.
Bye-bye. Thanks for coming.
Is there anything else you wanted to say, Jay, really quick? You know.
Just get the fuck out of my house now. That goes for cocksuckers and retards. Now get up off your asses and go.
We don't mean you this time.
Okay, thank you.
We're talking about cocksuckers and retards. It's rare that you get both cocksucker and retard in the same person.
I don't know if it's really that.
Well,
there's got to be some retarded homos out there.
That's a wonderful question. Are there retarded gay kids?
There has to be.
No?
I don't know. I just said there has to be.
I saw a story
By
where
numbers.
two kids with Down syndrome were married.
Yeah.
They got married, and things are going swimmingly. It's great. It's great.
Hetero, though.
Yeah. It was a guy and a girl. But are there gay retarded people? That's a great question.
Didn't you run into one at the Gay Fest in San Francisco, Isis?
Oh, duh. Yeah,
He
of course.
was willingly whacking people off.
Right. They were in the porter potty, and then
the porter potty.
He would just
porter potty. We've all been there.
Right.
Wait, was he willing to jack
trying to remember-
you off at the porta potty, or you were willing to jack him off?
I didn't do anything, but I'm trying to remember how he was doing it. But you're right. He was definitely challenged, and he was giving hand jobs away. Yeah.
Definitely challenged, definitely gay. Boom, there's your answer.
Thank you, man. I totally forgot about that. How was your weekend?
It was great.
Yeah.
Bittersweet. We're sending Manny off to college.
Get out of here.
So the whole weekend was kind of filled with...
Manafort coming off his surgery? he had a surgical procedure.
I know.
And he's going off to college
Back
now?
on his feet, yeah.
Man.
So that required us to meet up with Paul and Marge, which was great. Paul's outstanding, and he brought something different, not just paper products this time.
Meat products.
No meats. We got paper products. We got some berries, like day-old berries, manager specials. But
you can't manager special fruits.
I know.
You want to do it with paper products, fine.
Truth be told, we usually dump the fruit because
throw them away.
It's old. He brings us old fruit. Like, thank you. So, but this time, man, he brought something different. He brought a bag full of toothbrushes. Like, he's been accumulating toothbrushes for years. They're not open. They're not used.
I was going to say
in the package.
In the packet, because you brought peanut butter over here, and you were very, very generous. And we opened it, and it was like used. I was like, dude, nobody wants your fucking half-used peanut butter.
I don't want to revisit that. This is a bag full. I want to say a 5-year supply of toothbrushes.
Are they nice ones or?
Yeah, I mean, Oral-B. Is that
Okay.
nice enough for you, E?
Yeah, what constitutes a nice toothbrush?
Is that good
for
enough
sure.
for you?
The ones that aren't just there's shitty ones that are just the plastic doesn't move around
Oh
as much.
man,
or,
these have like the
Like the nice
gum
bristles
thing on the
and- yeah.
back.
Do you guys prefer the soft bristle?
I think you're supposed to have medium, right? Isn't that what most dentists recommend?
Sure, but some people like the hard ones. That's bleeding gum
Yeah,
shit to me.
I don't think you
Forget
want to
it.
do that. I think you want the
Yeah.
medium to soft. But I thought that was curious that he just brought us a bag full of toothbrushes.
Did you
What was the
question it or
explanation
just
of like
accept
why he had did he say anything about it or he just said, "Oh, here you go"?
Yeah, he just been accumulating them. And
I wonder what made him decide that this was finally enough to bring over. Like, did he need a certain amount in his head?
it was packed. Like it was a bag that was just.
A bag like what? Like
It was
a grocery bag?
No, it wasn't a grocery bag. It was maybe. I want to say I don't know what to compare it to, but it's probably a bag that he got at the dentist.
Sure.
And he just kept shoving toothbrushes in.
By
How
the
many
way,
do you think were in there?
I want to say 50 to 75.
50
Hold
to
on,
75.
hold on. How was he able to accumulate
I don't know,
50 to
man.
75 toothbrushes? Like, seriously, how often is he going to the dentist? Is he buying these?
No, I think he's buying them on sale. I think it's the same thing. He's tooling around town
These
getting
fucking
deals.
coupon clippers, man.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. He saves 30 cents, so let's buy a dozen.
Thing is, I'm
God.
worried about him driving at this point. He's getting up there,
Yeah.
He's not as solid as he used to be. Let's put it that way.
Sure.
So now he's zooming all over town, getting these deals, 30 cents
For
off
you.
this, 30 cents off that, and
When he kills a family, when he mows down a family on the road, it's going to be your fault because he's going to be on the hunt for cheap toothbrushes.
Jay's not asking, to be
I'm
fair.
not-
Jay's not asking for the
Hey, man,
toothbrushes.
I don't care. The fact is he's doing it for Jay.
I'm not asking. You're right, E.
When you mention that, by the way, you talk about coupon clipping. I was in a situation where I was buying some at like a CVS, just me and one lady in front of me, and holy fuck, she had 4 items, and then she was like had a coupon for 2 or 3 of them, and then she was like, had to check a price on. Oh, I thought this was on sale. One of those
When
ones
they
where
go
they
to
have
the
to go.
price check, I leave the line.
They have to-
if they're doing one of those announcements.
I had to say,
Price check on toothpaste.
I was in a
aisle
situation.
3.
I know, but the problem is I was in a situation where like I needed what I was kind of buying. Like I couldn't kind of just be like, oh, I'm just buying a snack or a pop, and I can just be like, fuck it, I'll go to a gas station, I'll just whatever. I just needed to get what I was getting, and I needed it kind of then.
Yeah.
So I had to. And she.
What'd
and
you
then,
do? Did you push her out of the way?
No, but I was sitting there just going. Crushed. Like I was just like
Did
so
you huff? Were you verbal?
Yes, I was.
You
I was
were.
just because she goes. She what she did is she bought these things and then she goes, oh, wasn't I supposed to save money? And then the lady's like, well, what you have to do, I think, is
shit.
it's post.
So you have to
purchase.
send it in. My
Well,
God.
And then,
Oh,
well,
she
no.
saved
This is what she had
39
to.
cents.
This is what she had to do, Jay. She had to buy it. Then she had to rescan the coupon that came printed out, rescan her CVS card or whatever. After that, then she was like, rings up the other item and goes, oh, I thought that was on sale, and then they had to walk away to go see, and then she was bragging to the lady at the like, look how much money I'm saving, and it's like no one fucking cares.
Jesus, you should have slammed your 2 2s and a 1 down on the counter
And walked
said,
out the
"Good day,
fucking
madam."
door.
I know.
I said good day.
Do you think?
What is it because we want to be civil with one another, right? We don't. I think Jay, your big thing is let's not be dicks.
Just be generally nice.
Don't be a dick to other people, and I love that advice. It's kind of biblical.
I agree.
and simple in its way.
Good
change
vibes
everything.
only.
What is acceptable when you've got that asshole in front of you? Is a guffaw, a huff acceptable? Is an eye roll acceptable? Because you want to make it known, so hopefully they can learn and not be a dick next time and take up too much time. But if you go, oh, because I would go, oh, for the love of fuck, really?
I wonder
really?
how loud I ended up. I was trying not to be too loud. I don't think
Did
she
you
would have
huff,
cared.
guffaw? What did you do?
How old was she?
Exhale?
What
Were
does
you
that matter?
loudly
So,
exhaling?
Was she really old?
Yeah.
I would have been more patient with her.
No. You know what?
How
No. Wait a
old
minute.
is
Wait a
old?
minute. Not like a senior
he's
citizen.
capable of saying 40 is old.
I was gonna say she wasn't a senior citizen, dude. She was. I think, young enough that it's not like.
Was she wearing polyester pants?
Sensible
no,
polyester
she
pants?
was. She was
yeah.
old enough that I think that she knew that she was being annoying and wasn't like, I don't know. But I think
Would
I
you
was.
be shocked if she was wearing a pair of panties pink that said "whore" on the ass?
Well, yeah. I'd be,
So she's
yeah.
wearing tan underwear that's just
Yeah.
for comfort.
Well, she was like one of those like. It's hard to tell to me.
Give me an age, Jesus. Give me an age
I'm
range.
gonna say
Like your mom?
high
Like-
40s.
old lady.
But dude, Asians. I gotta be honest. She was
Oh,
an
she was
Asian lady,
Asian.
and Asian people to me, I have a hard time judging their age because they seem to look.
They all look the same?
No,
Is that what you're
Ty
saying?
was always like this. Like Ty, like a guy like Ty will look like young, super young for a long period of time, and then all of a sudden he's old Asian man. Like they seem to like, from what I can tell, they seem to age very well for a period of time.
They do, don't they?
And then
Those-
all of a
those
sudden they're
people,
just that
huh?
guy,
Yeah.
the old man.
No, well, I don't know.
but I
how
will
much
say-
wanna
I don't know if-
jump
I don't
into
know-
this racist conversation, but
I wasn't trying to like. I don't know how loud I was, but I think I was.
what did you do? If you could recreate, I'm her and I'm at the counter.
I mean, I wouldn't have done anything. I'm not going to actually.
You were there. What did you do?
Oh, what did I do? I
Yeah.
just stood there, kind of. Finally, when the lady walked away, she did call someone else to the register. Like, hey, can someone come up front?
I want to know if the old Asian lady was aware that you were frustrated.
I bet not. She seemed definitely in her own world, and for sure very concerned that she was going to make sure she got her savings.
People who are in this game, I don't think they realize. I guarantee Paul doesn't realize anybody
What,
behind him.
self-awareness is so-
It's
Yeah.
dude, I'm saving 30 cents here. I mean,
And by the way, I have a question.
Come on.
Do you think in these situations, do you think if I could pull out $2 and just go,
How about-
look at
I've done
here's
it.
Just a two. How about a two?
Here's $2. Don't worry about the coupon. No, I'm not even talking about for my thing. I'll pay the lady off. Like, how much is she saving? 50 cents?
I've offered to pay for someone in line ahead of me's shit just to get him the fuck out of my way.
So
dude,
Jesus,
I'll
you're
pay
suggesting
for it.
I'll
Just
give you
go.
$2 for you to go away?
Yes. What are you going to save here?
$2.
What are you going to save? Here's the
Scram,
$2.
lady.
I got to buy my shit and go.
Yeah, you're in a hurry. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, if you're getting an item that's $3,
Right.
and you go, a 5 is going to cover it. I don't want to do the math in my head, what taxes are. I'm going to throw a 5 down. It's costing me more, but I'm sending an important message. Throw a 5 down, and you throw it down. And you
think that's-
storm the fuck out of there.
I think it's a fine move, but I don't think Isis has it in him.
No,
I think
I
he's
don't.
too frugal to pull something
Exactly.
like that.
That's the problem. I
There's
am.
no
but
way
it's
you
about
could
the
part with a
message you're
$2
sending.
bill.
No, I wouldn't.
Well, he's
You're
not
right.
looking out for society then. Because there's a teachable moment.
Well, no one
And
does
now
that.
the rest
I'm
of
not
us
looking
have to.
for society.
Now the
No
rest
one
of
does
us have
that.
to deal with that fucking Asian that doesn't know how to shop. Now it's our problem.
Just buying cereal from CVS, by the way. Like, if
Remember-
you're so
remember
concerned with price, why aren't you going to Meijer or something or Walmart? You're going to CVS is going to be the
look,
most
I can't get in her
expensive
head
possible
either.
way to buy
Look,
cereal.
in my experience, these people have checked. Okay, it's my experience that she knows she's at CVS
She
for
knows.
a reason.
You're right.
Yeah.
For some reason, maybe that CVS was having a very good cereal
I
special.
guarantee you they were. Whatever she was buying, the soup in the cup was on super special.
Right.
That
Probably.
day at CVS. But it's like, remember when you got attacked in the store at the mall by the toddler? And you had like
remember.
you had like a 3-year-old.
Oh,
who was
shit.
being a dick,
Wow, I can't believe
and
you
he was
remember
pushing
that.
you around. And I was
Yes.
like, you have a responsibility to plant your fucking knee into that kid's back and send him flying into a coat rack.
Remind me what happened here.
I was at
He
the
got attacked by a child at a store. He was trying to buy jeans or something.
I was at the store trying to buy jeans, and this
Yeah.
kid was like kept running into me,
Yeah.
like with his cart or something, or like he had a little
Okay.
kid
He was
cart.
nipping at his fucking heels with
Yeah,
his cart.
I remember that.
I mean, just repeatedly, and I'm just like, fucking.
And if that's not a
Christ,
challenge, I don't know what is. And I think as a society, that kid will learn a better message. His parents have failed, clearly. If you walk around and plant a fucking, and I mean a hard knee into his back, and send him careening into a coat rack, and then you go, oh my God, little man, oh, I'm so sorry. Wow, you tripped. And you act
oh
like you're
boy.
trying to help him out. He knows what you did. And then you whisper in his ear, you little fucker, you remember that. Don't you ever drop a fucking card into my foot again. You hear me?
Right.
And then message sent. He'll learn.
Oh yeah,
He'll
for
learn.
sure.
I mean,
So you're saying he should have hip checked the Asian? What are you saying?
well,
David?
no, I don't think it had escalated that. The toddler was being violent. He was
that was a
asking
different-
for it.
yeah,
he was
that's a different
challenging
situation.
E, and E pushed out.
I
right?
gotcha.
Now the woman, had she pulled out that little plastic oval and opened it up with the change in
Oh.
it, then I
Little
say, it's,
Pac-Man thing.
yeah. If you want to nip her wing with the shoulder, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. What's she gonna do? He's faster than her.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, it was a situation.
Sure was.
Everybody, insurance, we all need it. Most of us don't know what kind of coverage we have or who provides it. Let fellow TDC listener Brent Wasik from Wasik Insurance Services change all that. Brent has over 30 years in the business. He offers all types of insurance coverage, auto, home, health, life, business, commercial, and more. Call Brent Wasik at 734-455-1900.
Isis, congratulations to your sister.
Thank you.
Isis, as we've learned, is an ordained minister.
Right.
And you married your sister over the weekend.
I did.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It was crazy. It was the hardest.
Dude, I saw pictures. I'd have fucked her. For real. She looked hot.
She was-
Yeah,
she-
yeah.
they were-
totally.
She was done up proper as far as the makeup and the dress and all that shit, I suppose.
Yeah, she was wearing white too. I thought that was weird because she's been living
with this guy.
This guy for a while, living in sin, basically.
What do you wear if you're like if you're really?
She's a trollop.
Okay. I like seriously.
What did you call her?
A trollop.
A trollop.
With the scarlet A on her shoulder or something like that.
Sure.
I mean, that's a funny thing. Every bride just wear. Is there really another option other than white for real?
No.
Like if you've had sex before, like she's wearing beige or something.
Look, you take that up with God when you meet him.
Like
okay?
she walks down the aisle and everyone's just like, oh, well, someone's had sex already.
Jesus Christ, you can smell it in the room. This woman reeks of sex. Or she looked beautiful, by the way.
Yeah, for sure. It was by far in the end the most nerve-wracking, like half an hour of my entire life.
He said it's the most nervous he's ever been. He said that.
It's weird. Like, he's on a stage all the time. He does stand-up comedy. He's on stage with us all the time.
Yeah.
And what people, like, all of us get nervous being on a stage. Before you get on a stage, I don't care what you do for entertainment, there's a nervousness, butterflies. We all get that. But once you start talking...
Katie wasn't nervous today, by the way.
No, her nails glow in the dark.
No shit.
Yeah, I swear to God.
All right.
Should we turn out the
I call
lights?
them candy corn. You see them? Candy corn, is that fair?
I wonder should I turn out the lights and see if they really work or no?
I don't know.
I'm just kidding.
No.
Because what if they don't then?
But we all get nervous. But once you start talking, all of a sudden it goes away.
For sure.
You fall into what you're doing. But you didn't. Your leg was shaking the whole time.
I think the thing is when you say that, and you're right, like every time I'm always, even at shitty open mics, I get a little bit of a, oh man, whatever. But I think the thing is like...
Do you? Because you seem really comfortable walking onto a stage, usually.
I love being on it, but I still always have a little bit of something.
You've seen the photo of him at the podium.
Oh my God.
I mean,
it's
right.
commanding. Commanding attention.
The way his hand was on that podium and he looked like he was...
No, I think with this time, the difference is that, for one, I really... Like, if I fuck up in comedy or something, I'm just myself. It doesn't really affect other people. I did feel that I owed this to Lauren and Mark, not to freaking
Mongolian
Rogers,
yep.
not to fuck it up for them. And the other thing is when you talk about like doing comedy, like I can be doing a comedy thing, like even professionals can be up there, mess up a little bit, and either kind of just roll with it. You're making jokes anyway, but this is a serious thing where you're reading it. I'm trying to read it. It's in front of me. I'm reading it. It's not just.
Did you just roll into 2 Corinthians or something? I did not peruse it.
You didn't?
I have it
I
in
took
my
it
car,
in,
but...
and I got to be honest with you. When I go to a wedding, it was at a church?
No. At a golf course.
Oh, wow.
Golf
They
course.
really don't like
Living
God.
in sin.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay,
Yeah.
whatever. Usually they're at a church. Respectable people will go to a church. And I want to get the fuck out of there. Like you doing the whole reading. It's like, just put the fucking rings on them. Have them make out and get the fuck out of here. Let's go eat and drink. Like, I don't want to sit here and listen to stories from Aunt Betty trying to stumble her way through 2 Corinthians.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But I thought Ease was a tad winded. It was typed out 4 pages.
But you had to remember, 4 pages, I purposely made that very big spacing, big lettering, so knowing I'm going to be holding...
It did not look that big to
It was
me,
three.
dude.
It was 3. I had a whole page. It was 3.
What font did you use and what size were the...
I don't know. It was 3 pages when I had it just normally.
Arial font 16.
Well,
it only took like
this is
10
24. This is 24.
Yeah.
It was half that. So he was probably at about a 12, maybe an Helvecta.
No, I was not at a 12 on the ones you
Helvecta?
looked at.
Did you dare to go Helvecta?
I was
on this?
not at a 12 on the one you looked at.
I
The
thought
one
he
you looked at, it was
should've
between
gone,
14 and 16.
Times New Roman.
No,
Just whatever
Times New Roman would have been great,
Yeah.
but I think he went Helvecta.
That's
Helvecta
crazy.
or whatever.
That's crazy to me.
And he could have gone Old English. I would have supported that.
Boy.
But he didn't. He didn't.
Dude, it was only, the whole thing was only about 10 minutes. So when you say it's long-winded, I
That's
don't know what...
fucking forever.
What are you talking about
Let's not
wedding?
say a word for 10 minutes. We'll just stare at the clock and see how long that feels.
But someone's
That's
reading
what you
things
did
and
to
you're
the
watching
audience.
something. You're not just...
Well, they're interacting too, right? You're
right. I
asking
mean, there's the
them to-
vows and the rose
Times
ceremony.
New Roman.
No, but
Sorry.
Mike is right though. I was like my leg was shaking, and it was but it was such a unique thing again. Like I said, for me, because comedy. Again, if I have it's not a joke isn't going right, I can kind of make it move on, or I can do different things. But like once you have to do it. It's a wedding ceremony. I can't
don't know,
just
man. I've
stop
seen
reading.
Some good preachers that roll,
Well,
Screw up, they roll.
I watched you murder in a
the
wedding.
prayer? The wedding prayer?
That's not what I'm saying.
Jay delivered the
For
prayer.
one,
I don't
I
give a
got laughs.
shit about the
I
prayer.
got laughs too, by the way.
laughs
I
out
got
of the
killed.
wedding prayer,
Fucking
dude.
ass.
The wedding
What a
prayer.
fucking asshole.
And he was not at the dais. He wasn't at
such a
the dais
cocksucker.
like you. He was in the fucking crowd at a
Yeah, so
table.
what?
Yep.
Stood
So
up with
what?
with a fucking
I could do
wireless
that.
mic.
That's easy.
And
It's easy to do
crushed,
that,
Crushed.
honestly.
I killed. I murdered.
And no papers.
easy as
he didn't have
fuck.
fucking cheat
So what?
sheet like
No,
you
That's
did.
easy.
Nope.
That's
He winged
easy.
it and
That's
murdered
so
it.
easy, dude.
No, it's
Oh my
not.
God.
Yes, it is.
Why is it your leg was shaking? He was killing. Your leg was
Because
shaking.
my leg
And
shaking?
you had 4 pages
Mike
of
was
cheat
there.
sheet.
Did you see any shaking?
Fucking idiot,
None.
dude.
You were like
I hate
so
when you
re-
play this game.
You were
It's fine.
so relaxed. It was just.
Yeah, there's no difference between getting up casually and making a drunk toast to make some
Whoa,
laughs.
whoa, whoa, whoa. This
Hold
was
on.
the wedding
What an
prayer.
allegation.
What
an allegation.
Just baseless.
Holy shit. You're trying to destroy this man's character and good
Speculative.
name.
That's just
Speculative at its finest. Conjecture, if you will.
It's so easy to make a joke in that room. To me, it's so easy to make people laugh
During
at what
the
he's
wedding
doing.
prayer?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I was told by the DJ who's presided over how many receptions? I don't know, thousands?
Thousands.
It was the best wedding prayer he'd ever heard.
was
I
the
was
best
told by
wedding
Mark.
prayer I've ever
I was
heard.
told by Mark's dad that I was the best officiant he's ever seen at a wedding.
How many officiants has he seen at a wedding?
Doesn't matter.
Did you ask him?
It doesn't
Because
matter.
that's
That's what he
important.
said.
Jay gave you a number. Thousands.
Thousands.
My guess is Mark's father has not seen more than 3.
Are you serious?
When's the last time you
He's
laughed
probably
at a
been
wedding prayer?
Never until yours. And I'll tell you this, it's a fine line to not offend the Lord. You
Yep,
don't want to
that's right.
offend the Lord.
Exactly.
And make the house bust with laughter.
That's right.
And you accomplished it.
You guys
you.
just love sucking each other's dicks, man.
We-
Like, it's
nobody's sucking
seriously,
anybody's
like-
dicks.
No, you are, dude. It's so easy
The
to make a
facts
room
don't
laugh.
lie.
It's so easy
the
to
facts don't lie.
Yeah, it's easy as fuck. I had off the cuff jokes in the end of my thing that came up. So I mean,
Did
it's
you-
easy as fuck.
And you
But you
crushed
were
with
still,
him?
your leg was shaking.
Yeah.
You look like Elvis up there. Ain't nothing but a hound dog.
No.
Your legs just going the whole time.
Did you piddle a little bit too?
And if
What
I've
does
had...
piddle mean? I don't even know. Oh,
Pee yourself.
No,
Yeah,
I did
pee
not.
yourself.
Pee
Just
my-
piddle, not like fully wet yourself.
I did not piss
All right,
myself.
notwithstanding the nerves, notwithstanding the immense responsibility that you
Right.
felt, it went well.
It went really well
Yeah?
in the end, yeah, for sure. But like I said, I honestly, there was a benefit to, even though I was as nervous as I was, there was a benefit to the fact that I have experience talking in front of people, because it did help me.
Sure.
What also helped, to be honest with you, is Lauren, when she was walking down, her veil got stuck. And
And titty popped out?
No.
Oh, the veil.
You know what a veil is? Or
I thought. Sorry, I was focused. She looked so hot. I
know.
told you I would have banged her.
No, but her
like literally.
her veil kind of popped. So I kind of was able to make a joke about the fact, like, oh, thanks, Lauren, for that, or whatever, easing the tension or something like that. So
That's a pretty good one.
Anyway, no, it was.
Wait,
I'm not gonna. I don't remember how
You
I
said
worded it or
just
something.
deliver it just like you did.
I don't know.
So
how
I'm
I did it.
Lauren.
like you did that night.
I'm
Yeah, I'm
not
Lauren,
gonna-
and
no,
my
I'm not
veil's
gonna-
on.
No, okay, and then it gets caught like
Or no, not her veil. You know what? Shit. Not her veil. Her
train.
Her
Thong?
train. Her train.
okay. So his like your hoodie. Pull your hoodie a little
So
bit.
my hoodie.
I'm not
so,
gonna fucking. I don't
so
even
I'm
know how I
Lauren.
did it.
I'm coming down.
Yep.
Oh no, they're not in a church. They hate God. So
Yeah.
wherever we're at a bar somewhere, and she's walking down, and all of a sudden
Her train gets caught.
Whoa,
oh,
she gets caught.
and you say what? E?
Does she
No,
go
I waited
down?
until she
Did
got
she go
up. I
down?
didn't do it then.
Wait, did she go down?
No.
Okay,
no.
so she caught it. What did you say? Then
No, they fixed it, and then it came up, and I just kind of said, "Hey, thanks, Lauren. You know, I was nervous, and that really nice of you on your wedding day to make a mistake like that just to make me feel better or something like that." I don't
It
remember
was
exactly.
delivered more smoothly.
Of course, it was.
Yeah.
it was really.
I got a laugh.
I didn't
So
say you
according to
didn't.
Jay, according to your measure by Jay, it got a laugh, so it was
Hey,
good.
I didn't say
I got
any-
like
I didn't say anything else.
I got a few unscripted laughs. One being, like for example, they held the roses they're holding these roses
They
for
had a
the
rose ceremony, like on The
Really?
Bachelor.
And then I got to the point where
It's like, will you accept this rose? And he was
they
like,
exchanged it.
Wow.
Well, it was
Chris,
great.
why wasn't Chris Harrison there?
they're just huge Bachelor fans.
Well, no, Jay, the rose, as we know, was once a symbol of love. And a single rose meant I love you.
So we're not
you know.
talking like the floor wasn't in petals. We're
No.
talking about they were holding roses.
I had 2 roses in my little binder, and then when we got to the point, I handed them that, and then they exchanged it as their first gift as husband and wife.
So did they like these crushed roses that you handed them?
They were fine, although I will say,
Binder.
no, well,
Two roses in
the
a
thing,
binder.
Lauren told me ahead of time. I will
Imagine
say,
it was the stems, not the actual.
Lauren
petals
told
that-
me ahead of time that
I wouldn't assume.
No,
she looked at the binder, and Lauren's like, "Okay, don't worry. Like when the time comes, they'll just be there for you." I don't know. Like I assumed the wedding coordinator was gonna have. We were about ready to go, and all of a sudden I go, "Mark, dude, Lauren never gave me those roses," and we just like quickly went back, and there happened to be some roses somewhere, and we just chopped 2 roses off and and put them in the binder for
Like in a
sake.
garden
Off
out
the golf
back?
course?
There was a bouquet of roses, so maybe that was the roses that were supposed to be used, but like I was ready to walk out, and I was like, dude, I don't fucking have any roses. Lauren said they were going to be here.
Did you cry at all? Did you well up?
Yes. That's where the 2 mistakes came in.
What were you thinking? Were you thinking about like, oh my
whoa.
god, I grew up with this girl?
Mistakes being that I
wore
lost
her
my
jeans.
place twice.
I was thinking the same thing about the chic jeans.
Oh my God, I wore her jeans.
I used to
can't
wear her
believe I'm
jeans to
marrying her now.
school, chic jeans.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly what was
dude,
going on in my head. Exactly.
It's the funniest fucking story
I know.
ever. Like,
It's
dude,
funny.
you wore women's jeans to fucking
I hadn't had my growth
school.
spurt yet, okay? Lauren was always
I'm
very
survivable.
tall.
And there's
I
survivable.
was,
not like guess where you could go, oh, maybe, you know,
They're
D. Cavaricci's
chic.
chic jeans, CHIC, skin tight, and wears those. And the student body went, dude, are you wearing fucking chicks' jeans?
I mean, I hadn't had my growth spurt yet, and Lauren was always really tall, so they kind of fit.
Yeah.
I mean, but what was I going to say? No, the two quote unquote mistakes came. There was these 2 emotional lines that I was delivering, and one was directed right at Mark, Mongoloid Aaron Rodgers, and one was right at Lauren.
Why don't you go ahead and direct the one at Lauren that you?
I'll play Mongoloid Aaron Rodgers, or I'll play Lauren. You want to
Play
play
Lauren.
I'll
Again,
play
you did
Lauren.
Lauren
play
well. That's
Mongoloid
This is gonna be
Aaron Rodgers.
bad. What do you
So I'm standing here. I'm in my white dress.
You
I'm
were
trying
Lauren?
to-
I'm
So
Mongoloid Aaron
the first one
Rodgers.
was to Mark, where I said this. What did I say?
So he's throwing a football, and I'm trying to recover from the train accident that happened earlier.
I think I went into this thing where it's like I've not known Mark his whole life, but I have gotten to know him very well.
Did you look at the floor while you were doing this, or did you look him in the eyes?
I'm telling you where the mistake came in. I was kind of looking down, and like I've not known Mark his whole life, but I have got to know him very well over the last few years. And then I had the line where I said I had to look at him, and I was going to decide I wanted to look at him, and I said I was going to. God,
Oh, you're gonna cry now? Oh
This
shit!
is what I wanted.
Oh
This is
yeah,
what I
yeah, yeah.
wanted.
Oh yes.
That's
please
look
cry.
Look at me in the eyes.
Look
I'm
at
Mongoloid.
look at Mark.
Look at me in
the-
my Mongoloid eyes.
No, say it. E. Deliver the line like you did. You remember the line.
Come on, E.
With passion.
Mark, I could not have chosen a better man to marry my baby sister.
That's a powerful line.
Very powerful.
And then when I did
He
that,
almost cracked looking at
I know.
you.
I know. This is raw.
I'm still
Really
still
raw.
feeling it. I'm still
Yeah,
feeling
yeah.
it, to be honest.
Come
And
on,
then
now-
I looked at Lauren. And
So wait, how long is the delay then? Were you?
Did
Did
here's
you
like-
weep? Did
here-
you
no,
grab
the
Kleenex?
reason there was a delay was that in saying that, then looking down, I lost my place a little bit of where I was. So,
Sure.
although in reality, it probably was 10 seconds, 15 seconds, whatever.
It's an eternity for a
You guys want to
pause.
just watch?
Let's do. All right. Ready? 15 seconds.
10.
Starting.
10. It was
No,
not
let's do 15. Starting now.
Boy, I'm uncomfortable already.
Okay, so maybe it was 5 seconds.
Zip it.
This is.
We're at 10 now. Yeah.
It wasn't.
Wow,
It wasn't.
E,
It
that's-
wasn't that long.
dude.
Are you sobbing
It
at
was
this
probably
point?
5
Are you
seconds.
weeping?
Looking at it now is
Tear stream?
My point, my point was going to be is that a lot of times when you're in a situation and you're in front of people and you make a mistake, in your mind it feels like it's 10 minutes. Looking at that, it was probably 5 seconds, not 10 seconds.
Okay.
But still.
But you were able to compose.
And I was, and
Okay.
but the problem was the lines came pretty close back to back.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was a mistake on
So
the
then,
writer's part.
then you turn to your sister.
Well, and then I
your
tell-
baby sister. You
Right.
turn to her and you say, "What?"
Well, there was a story
Did you
about.
get verklempt, or did you pull it together?
Well, there was a story, and it's a true story that one of the first times I'd met Mark, I didn't even know they were really dating, and we were at his birthday party, and I was a little drunk, and my sister came to me, and we were at the bar, and the story is that I looked at her, and I was apparently drunk in a drunken state. I said to my sister, "Wow, I've never seen you look at another man like that, or whatever, or a guy like that." And stuff, and I'm like,
Yep.
and so the line to the thing was, what did I can't even remember. I'm trying to think what it.
No,
No, I'm really trying to remember. What was it? I think I just said, "Lauren, I've never seen you look at another person that way," or something like that. I already forgot it for some reason, but it was enough that because for those 2 ones, I tried to make an act. Like the other part, I was kind of doing one of these, looking down, but trying to look up.
Yeah.
But for those 2 lines, I looked directly
I
into
want to
them.
understand.
shit.
I want to understand this line. So you never saw her look at
I'd have to,
another
like-
person.
I'd have to
I
go look
read
at
it,
the fucking paper again.
I
I don't
read it.
Is it
remember.
appropriate? Because that sounds kind of like.
I'd have to look. I don't
Sounds a
fucking
little creepy.
remember.
yes.
Yeah. Like he's
he's
peering
referring
through
to-
her windows like a peeping Tom or something.
I'd
No.
have to go look at what it exactly said. I don't remember.
I
But
can
it was.
paraphrase because I read it.
Yeah, but you're not, dude. You can't understand the concept of being with somebody and going, "Holy shit!" Like
You don't remember what the line was. I'm saying that I sort of remember what it was, and I
sort of remember it just like you sort of remember it. You don't fucking.
I remember it sort of better than you.
How?
Sort of
How do you know
remember
that?
Because you don't remember shit, and I
That's
actually
not,
remember
what are you
something.
Talking about? I don't
Then
remember
deliver the
shit.
line.
I remember to say you deliver it. You said you remember it more than me.
You said you don't want me to deliver it.
You said you know it more than me. You deliver it then.
Basically, they were at the bar, getting fucked up. He doesn't really know Mark. Lauren, he sees Lauren. They kissed, and he went, "Oh shit, this is getting
That's interesting
real."
because the kiss is not in the story at all.
Okay,
so.
well, I said I knew it sort of
Better than me
I
is what
didn't
you
say
said.
I
You knew it. You said you knew
perfectly.
it better than me.
I do know it better than you. I'm delivering it better than you, and I would have done better than you on the stand at the dais at the time.
Yeah, because you have no emotion to the thing. Of course you would have.
Yeah.
I did. It was harder for me
you
because
done?
I have an emotional.
Are you
connection
done?
Go ahead.
So he says, I've never seen you look at another guy like that. Apparently, she's been with a ton of guys.
That's what I'm
She's
saying.
been with a ton of guys, and he's seen that, and he's like, dude, I've seen you look at 1,000 guys, but never this one.
Yeah.
Wow, there's something here. And so he was referencing. He knew in that moment, this was the man.
I knew it was something
for her.
Yeah.
You knew it was something. You knew it was the man. And he couldn't be prouder. You know, I'm glad you're banging my sister over anybody else. Like, this is
beautiful.
awesome.
It's beautiful.
Thank
And it's beautiful. I mean, you guys all feel it in the room. It's touching. You know, and you're glad that Mark is banging her up as opposed to
I mean, someone's
anybody
gonna
else.
bang her, so
Yeah.
might as well be Mark. He's a great guy.
Yeah. Do you think that he went back to the hotel room after that and just fucking laid it down?
I do
with
not
the
think he
Lauren?
did that because Mark got rather intoxicated. So,
That's not a good sign.
And me and my sister and her bridesmaids and my brother and another guy were in the quote-unquote honeymoon suite at the Holiday Inn Express until like 3 a.m. drinking beers. So I'm joking. There wasn't really. There wasn't. Obviously, it's not a honeymoon suite. I'm just, you know.
So you think he couldn't finish it up after after he was too drunk?
He had a throwing up situation.
Oh, Mark. Oh, Mark.
That tells you everything you need to know about Mark. Wow. I mean, Jay, after your wedding, you have to fucking.
Oh my God!
I mean,
yes.
you go to
Free for
Pound
all.
Town,
Yeah.
right?
I mean,
come on.
he still
Everything's
might,
on the table.
I suppose he might have. Like, there might have been some morning sex or something, I guess.
That
But
doesn't count, man. I think you go. I think that night it's important. She's up. She's a gamer. If this is your wife now, it's pick a hole night. Pick a hole, and then you go to Pound Town. And you're saying Mark couldn't fucking.
I mean, my suspicion is that no.
You're suspicious, but you don't know. So we could call him or her.
I mean, I left Lauren's room at 3 a.m, and Mark still wasn't even there yet. He was just sleeping in the car. He was embarrassed, and he was sleeping in the front seat of the car.
He was embarrassed?
God.
Yeah.
Does your mom know this yet? I mean, hi, Mrs.
Hi,
Fady.
Mrs. Fady.
I know. I shouldn't have told that story.
Wow,
But
that's got to be
Poor
awful.
guy. Oh man.
Tough way to start.
I don't know.
Although they've been living in sin, as you
Right,
mentioned, you know, they've
exactly.
been banging every night, for the last 3 years.
It's not like they were in a church where anyone else
Right.
could,
Right.
the Lord's eyes were
Exactly.
upon them. They were just at some, rusty bucket down
This
the
should have been
street. No big
expected.
deal. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Sounds like a blast. Did you get shit faced afterwards?
I got pretty drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. For
Did
sure.
you dance?
I got on the dance floor.
Yep.
Yeah, the DJ was really, really good. The party was good. The food was good. Yeah, for
Did
sure.
you clear everyone out for old time rock and roll?
No, I
Yeah,
did
make
not.
a circle around you.
I did not.
Dude, that's
sliding in on your knees.
Be a great freaking wedding.
But you got to realize
He
that
should have called Tara's.
I would have had to have Tara there because Tara knows the dance. Like I only know that one dance with the person who knows it. I don't know.
Well,
it.
you could have ad libbed though during.
I'm not.
that.
That's not me. I'm not. I don't
I mean,
like that stuff.
Jay, you did. I mean, you pulled out the napkin and went to town at your wedding.
okay.
It was-
Well, we
some
all have
some
things
people roll
impressive.
with stuff at weddings. Some people,
Yeah.
they're unable.
I
to.
mean, when you don't know what the fuck to do and people are going, "Hut, da, ra, da, 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 da," they're doing weird dances.
Grab a napkin and
grab a
go.
napkin and just start winging it.
Yep.
Like,
high
well, I don't
knees.
know.
Get your knees up a little higher than
Get
you
your
normally
knees
would.
up. Yes.
Yeah.
And you know what? It comforted the whole room. Like all of us at that point were like, I see what Jay's doing. He doesn't have a fucking clue what he's supposed to do right now during this dance. And
Twirl,
he's
high
ad-libbing.
knees. Yes.
He's making it work.
CE. Could have done it.
Done what? That doesn't even make any sense.
Could have done the old time rock and roll dance.
Yeah.
That should be your thing
Why?
at all weddings. Because, dude, did you pull any puss at this wedding?
Oh, great
Did
question.
you do your rock and roll dance? No.
Correlation?
Yes.
Okay.
Dude, that was the plan though. Weren't you trying to fucking? You thought that being up there, being professional with a new haircut, reading the things,
No,
getting
I knew
emotional,
I kinda knew
was gonna
No, if
was
you're-
gonna the bridesmaids were gonna warm up to, or the groomsmen, whatever.
If you remember,
were gonna warm to you.
If you remember, I was going into it knowing that probably wasn't going to be the case because when people get married these days later, a lot of people are in relationships and shit. Like I think from my gathering, I would say that 90% of the like most people that there that night were in relationships, either married or girl.
So,
Well, okay, well I don't have that in me, so
since when?
I mean I don't know what to tell you, dude.
Well, don't shame me like
I'm not
I made some
shaming
weird
shit.
comment. I mean, dude,
What game? I don't have that. I just don't.
Indian woman.
That's a totally different situation.
Well,
you know.
I was a married woman.
Yeah,
On
but that was like
Craigslist, whatever.
Craigslist, though.
Yeah.
More than once.
And she was
More than
seeking
once.
a discreet relationship, so like she was looking for it. That was the difference.
Fair enough. All right.
I don't know. I don't got anything. I guess it was awesome though. I'll
Joking.
just
all
say that.
joking aside,
Dude, seriously,
congratulations to Mark and Lauren. That's awesome.
My sister is like honestly has been throughout my life by far my biggest fan. Like by far the only person who ever believed that things were going to happen for me.
Yeah.
And so for to be able to do that with her and Mark was really
Absolutely nobody in your family believed in you
No.
or supported you. Ever.
not really.
Except Lauren.
For the most part.
You know? Yeah, she's great.
Francis and Mike, you didn't lose a daughter. You gained a son.
Exactly.
Hey, everybody, get a 2-pack of My Pillows premiums for $69.98. That's only
Lindell from My Pillow.
It's only $34.99 per pillow, which is the lowest price ever offered on podcast, radio, or TV. This offer is only available at mypillow.com. Of course, you must use the promo code TDC.
Is it MikeLindellBook.com or MichaelJLindell.com?
Ooh, I will
'Cause
check that.
People can pre-order his book right now, which I cannot wait for.
Oh, my God.
I think he was going to.
Do you think there's anything in there we haven't heard, like straight
He
from his
said
mouth?
there were. He went. Remember, we asked him like, "Dude, 15 near-death experiences for you," and he went, and he said something like, "Actually, there were like 19, but it's too unbelievable for the regular person to believe, so I'm leaving those out."
It's MikeLindellsBook.com.
Mike, plural. Mike
Of course, it's possessive, and
yeah.
you got to get over that. You're not going to put in an apostrophe. That bothers me.
Yeah. What's he to do?
I know. MikeLindellsBook.com.
You can't even buy. If GoDaddy will not give you a domain name that's apostrophized,
No, it won't.
forget it.
It
So
won't.
he had no choice. I don't know why he wouldn't just do Mike Lindell book.
That's what I was thinking.
yeah, but who are we to judge?
Yeah.
My wife's really gonna be upset about this.
He's the best.
He's supposed to come to town soon.
Yes, he is.
We'll bring him in studio when he does.
This is Mike Lindell. Can you hear me?
My wife's really gonna be upset about this.
My wife's really going to be upset about this.
That's when he had a Mexican drug lord standing over him, trying to chop his head off with a machete.
I'm looking for some drugs here. Not, I could care less what you guys have going on between you two.
And they said, "We're gonna chop your head off in a drug deal gone wrong." And he said,
My wife's really going to be upset about this.
and then talked his way out of it.
He did.
And now he owns the My Pillow empire.
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 I don't think it's too much to say Empire.
And he thinks we're the best show in the fucking country.
Loves us.
Yeah, it's our boy. My wife's really gonna be upset about this. Cedric Benson, man. Did you hear Cedric Benson died?
I did, and I
didn't,
had to duck go who Cedric Benson was.
Yeah, I sort of did too.
I do remember the name though. Running back for the
Bears. Yeah. Dude, he was a 4th overall pick.
Is that right?
In 2005.
I don't think they got value. I don't think they got value there.
He played for a lot of years, few teams, rushed for like 6,000 yards, 32 touchdowns.
Okay.
That's
There's no Ray Caruth.
no, he was no Ray.
Wait, Cincinnati Bengals and Bears. Yeah, I mean,
Maybe Washington.
sort
for
of.
a
Yeah, I
year.
sort of remember him.
Yeah.
Died on a motorcycle.
He did.
Oh man.
Yeah, and the girl he was with too. Oof. Yeah, I believe they hit a truck or something. It's not good in Austin, Texas. When he hit a minivan around 10 o'clock at night, Saturday night. His passenger, and this is the problem with dying with someone famous. You know, famous person and friend die in car. You know what I mean? Like Cedric Benson and a woman in her 30s. She goes down in the fucking books as woman in her 30s. I mean, that sucks, man.
What a situation.
But if she
her
wasn't
whole
the
life, she was born and she has parents, and if she died, just woman in her 30s.
Guess what? She wouldn't even be in the paper had she not been with Cedric Benson.
Right.
So.
Well, a BMW motorcycle crash hitting a minivan, that's not enough to get you in the...
No, man.
Not page 1.
Come on.
So,
I mean,
Cedric Benson got her page 1.
Yeah.
Even that's better. Even though she's identified as woman in her 30s.
it's better than the alternative.
The alternative just being like an obit.
Yeah.
I mean, if you end up in the obit section and nothing else, you didn't do enough. right?
Yeah, I mean,
You got to be killed by a meat grinder to get press if you haven't done anything
motorcycle
in life,
in the
right?
back of a minivan. Minivans are unforgiving. That's not a remarkable situation.
Minivans are unforgiving, as opposed to trees
Also
or
unforgiving.
pickup trucks.
Also unforgiving.
Yeah, I would go as far as a Ford Fiesta. Will be very,
Unforgiving.
very unforgiving. Cliffs,
Unforgiving.
bridges, very unforgiving. All of those will kill you. Anyway, he hit this minivan about 10 o'clock with a woman in her 30s.
I can't
Was
stop
also
laughing.
killed, both declared dead on the scene. You know you were dead as fuck when on the scene.
Right.
When it's like, oh, he was rushed to the hospital and died later in the hospital. When you're pronounced dead on the scene, no. Not
pretty
good.
look.
No. EMS responded to initial reports of a vehicle and person on fire.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh.
That sucks, dude. And I don't know if it was woman in her 30s or Cedric Benson that was on fire.
Ugh.
Dude.
Benson and woman in her. I'm sorry, dude. I can't get over it. It's just so funny to me.
It's terrible.
It's so sad.
But I think Jay's got a solid point that
Right.
woman in her 30s did not
There's a-
warrant
there's probably
above the fold coverage.
Well, there's probably been, and today alone in America, just in America, how many women in their 30s have died? I mean, maybe 50?
Here's the weird
Those
thing, though.
make the stories.
Do you think only 50 women in their 30s have died today?
I wonder how many.
How
mean, that's one per state.
How sure do you have to be to put in the report woman in their 30s and not just her name, right? They had to have checked her ID or found ID or something to say woman in her 30s.
You wouldn't be comfortable eyeballing that?
Would you be sure? Like, look at Katie. Would you be sure to say she's in her teens or in her 20s? Would you be sure?
I would, for press, if I was writing the article,
You know what
no,
I mean?
I would need something more.
So you got some road rashed up proper chick laying on
possibly missing a face, maybe even
maybe
on fire.
and you're going to make the call. She's in her 30s.
We got to go to press. We got to go to print, man. I got deadlines to reach, right?
He's 36.
I don't want
she's-
I don't want all the other outlets to
Scooping this?
Scooping this.
Yeah.
I've got to go with something. My choices are women in her 20s, 30s, or 40s.
Yeah.
You don't
I'm
have to
eyeballing
know.
it, making a call. I'm making the call and just going woman in her 30s because I can always retract it. I can always go, sorry. Turns out she was 29.
But you don't
She was
have
not a
to.
woman in her
That's the
30s.
thing. Like, you could just say, person.
Why don't you throw her a bone and say woman in her 20s? Ah, she looked young, you know?
Well, it sucks if she's actually in her 20s.
Right.
And I fucking called her
Totally.
older. She would, if she...
Just throw her a bone. Woman in her 20s.
Yeah, yeah. Hours before the crash, Cedric posted a picture of this BMW motorcycle on Instagram with the caption, "My Saturday night." My final night would have worked as well. My last night would have worked as well. But it was, in fact, his Saturday night, 2 days before the accident. And, you know, Jay, we're positive guys, right? We're,
Absolutely.
You know,
yeah. Always looking for the silver lining.
We're looking for silver linings. We're looking for the sunshine in the day. And, you know, glass is always half full at least in our
Making
world.
lemons
yes.
out of lemonade.
Lemons out of lemonade. He appeared in court to plead guilty to misdemeanor drunk driving charges 2 days before. Now, whatever the court ordered him to do, he didn't have to do anymore. You know what I mean? Like, he was going to be picking up garbage on the side of the street at some
Slate
point,
is
right?
wiped clean, yeah.
I mean, if you're looking for a tiny sliver of good news out of this, like,
There was a series of assemblies that he was going to have to host.
Yeah.
At local elementary schools.
Yeah.
Right?
he was going to go on a
He's
tour.
out of it.
Yeah. He was going to go tell youths why drinking and driving doesn't mix.
Yeah.
He was maybe going to be orange jumpsuited with that stick with a nail on the end of it, picking up garbage on the side of the
Yeah,
don't
Stick with the nail in it.
don't just discount the fine and
He
the
was going
points.
to be waving people away from the Salvation Army at 8:45.
Exactly. And you know he was going to have to pay a fine. I don't know how substantial it was, but not anymore.
Nope.
Gone. All of
forgiven.
that's gone. So that's a little bit of good news.
Good news story.
I agree.
I feel
It's
like
a
I
great
should-
story in the end. I don't know about that woman in her 30s, though.
Yeah.
Probably not good for her.
Poor lady, you know.
What if
Maybe
woman
she was in her 40s.
What if woman in her 30s
It's great
was,
news.
If she was in her 40s, this is dynamite news.
Dynamite.
She goes down
All
in
around.
history as woman in her 30s.
What if woman in her 30s was having an affair with this man, and this is how her husband finds out that
It's going to be a bad day for him. He's not going to
his
like
wife
that.
is like, oh my god, your wife's been dead, and also she was banging this ex-NFL player.
Yeah. Yeah,
a
it'd be
little
tough.
bummer.
It's tough news.
Be tough.
What would he be more mad about at that point? The death or the cheating?
He's not going to be mad about the death. I mean, like, how do you get mad at her woman in her 30s dying?
Well, sad.
That's sad.
What's he more sad
He
about?
might be a little he might be peeved. Would you say peeved to
Be
find
pretty
out?
peeved if your wife is cheating on you with some
former-
dude on a motorcycle and dies.
And
They're
he's
on.
Former NFL running
Yeah,
back,
it's not
first round
good.
pick Cedric Benson is the one. Deep dick in your wife. He's going to be way more upset about that than the death.
You're making this. You just made up a guy.
Yeah.
Turn this all negative. We had this
Yeah.
going
Oh,
strong
sorry.
and positive.
Yeah, just like-
All we knew her as was woman in her 30s. You just turned into a fucking cheating, lying, horrible woman.
You want to
You
apologize?
see what you just did?
I mean, I'm just trying to ask the questions like I think a good journalist should be doing.
Yeah, maybe she drowns babies on the weekend. Why don't we throw that out there too?
Maybe. How do I know if it's
I'm
not?
willing to just say woman in her 30s at this point.
Okay.
That's as far as I'm willing to
I'm
go.
going to assume she was cheating. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be cynical with really.
Why?
Because I just assume.
You think do you honestly think she was cheating?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Stand by your convictions, man.
Sure.
Why? Because she's a hot chick. Obviously, she's with
Yeah, she's
Cedric
in her
Benson. He's not
30s.
going to have a pig on the back of
Right,
his
exactly.
BMW.
And
Not
it
on
doesn't
Saturday
say
night.
wife. It doesn't say girlfriend. It seems like if it was a wife or girlfriend, there might have been a more obvious, like, you know, like, I just think there would have been something on the scene. I don't
They've
know.
declared her woman in her 30s.
I know,
if they
but-
know she's a wife or a
But,
mother,
okay, well,
It
they
seems
would
a
know
bit
her
early,
name.
early in the
Early in the
investigation.
investigation. This is
That's
someone who
my
had to get
point.
to print.
That's my
Someone
point.
had a deadline.
You just proved the point for me. If she was his
You
wife,
just called her an adulterer.
No, but you proved
You
my
slandered
Kills
her.
babies on the weekend.
Yeah.
You proved my point, though. You said if it was a wife or something, it wouldn't be woman in her 30s. So by calling her just women in her 30s, it's a little suspicious to me.
So you're saying they knew she's an adulterer.
They're holding back.
And
And
No,
they're
I don't
holding
think
back
they're
that
holding
information?
back, but I'm saying they couldn't. Clearly, if he had a wife, they would have known it was his wife, or a girlfriend, or a daughter. So they don't say that. They just say a woman in her 30s.
in this clickbait era, they're
Yeah.
not holding back anything.
They're not.
Okay.
Believe me, we would know everything she's ever done wrong in life.
But we don't know who
just-
she is. That's the
Besmirched
point.
woman in her 30s.
That's
Yeah.
the point. We don't know who she is, and they don't say it's a wife, girlfriend,
Hey, man,
daughter.
if you're cool with dragging a dead woman in her 30s name through the mud for no reason with zero, your sourcing is fuck all. By the way, you have sourced.
not working for the
this
New York Times
accusation.
over here. I'm just-
You have sourced this. You're on a media outlet right now. You're on a live microphone right now, and who are your sources? Don't say no names.
My own cynicism of life.
Speculation and conjecture.
Yeah, beyond speculation and conjecture. I would go further and say slanderish.
Well, luckily she doesn't know we don't have.
Slanderish.
If she had a name, then I could
What
maybe
is
get
that? Somebody's
charged. But
Slanderous.
Slanderous. When he's dragging this woman,
Poor
in her
woman in her 30s.
poor woman in her 30s, who is dead, by the way. God rest her soul. My condolences to the family. Thoughts
this
and prayers.
cheating whore.
That was said by Eric. Is it Erickson or Eric?
I wish it was Erickson.
It's Eric Fadie, Fadie. If anyone's got complaints, letters, send them here. Jay will be sure to forward those on to the family and the local authorities.
And
You don't know her name,
so
so I can't-
It's permanent record.
Permanent record.
FCC.
Hey, if you suffered a traumatic accident or injury like woman in her 30s, don't call the billboard or TV attorneys. Your first call should be to Ogden Legal Triage. Ogden Legal Triage will find you the right personal injury attorney for your case at no cost to you. They will negotiate the best price, save you time, money, and hassle. Who better to help you find a lawyer but a lawyer? Ogden Legal Triage. For more information, go to firstcalldetroit.com.
What's up with doctors, man? Like, what is going on? Jesus. Like, I just had the high regard that I had for doctors, lawyers, pillars of communities, right? And you've told me no, don't do that.
Don't do that. They're just people.
And we keep reading these stories. We've got books coming, by the way. The author reached out to us. He's doing a book. He's written a book, or she, about the MSU, Dr. Larry Nasser.
Okay.
So they want to know if they can come on the show. And I was like, yeah, send us books. We'll read them. Now we've got this guy was at USC, UCLA, and poor little Quentin Lee. Poor little Quentin Lee. God, dude, kid gets a cold, right? He's got the sniffles, essentially.
Sniffles.
Goes in and submits to a rectal exam. Like, dude, go to the store, get some NyQuil, some Contact, whatever. You submit to a rectal exam?
How old is he?
He was 23 at the time.
I
mean, it's-
how? What a
Like,
star
if
job.
At
you're-
that point, that's consensual sex, man.
right. He just.
Dennis Kelly is the doctor. and he's accused of sexual abuse by 48 patients at USC, and this guy says that he gave him 2 invasive and inappropriate rectal exams in the 90s.
And so
He described his 2 appointments as the 2 most unpleasant medical experiences I've had. I would say that's true. What were you going to say?
Is he doing? I wonder if he's doing like, even if they're not needed. Like I get that he's getting off on this in some way, but like, is he doing? I wonder, like clinically, he is just doing the rectal exam. Because like, what are you getting out of that?
Or is it like a rectal exam with a little pizzazz?
Yeah, I just don't.
Little jazz hands to your fucking
Yeah.
rectal
Well, I don't
exam?
know.
Yeah.
Like,
Little tongue to the taint.
yeah, something. I mean,
You can't spit on it. You can't. A little pizzazz.
That's your question.
I guess, like if he's just, unless he's just getting
What's
off
acceptable?
on
If he
a,
dims
on
the
a
lights,
clinical
can he dim the
rectal
lights in the office?
God.
I mean, is he just getting off on a clinical rectal exam that's like, you don't need the exam? Like, you're,
Well,
like,
why
you're
don't I
going
why
in.
don't I read more
Okay.
about the story? Because
Okay.
believe Mr. Quentin Lee goes a little further.
Provide
Oh,
some
no.
details.
Oh,
Provides
no.
a little details. At USC, 48 current and former students, all of whom are gay or bisexual men, said he gave them intrusive, and I mean intrusive, rectal probes, or fondled their genitals during the almost 2 decades before his resignation. What are they complaining about? This sounds like a bonus. You're a gay man, and another gay man is fingering your butthole and fondling your genitals. This sounds like a fucking great day at the doctor's office.
Remember in the
You
office,
admittedly like shit inserted into your butthole. He's inserting shit into your butthole and keeping it there while fondling your genitals. What's the problem?
Dare I say that's a bit presumptuous?
Well, I'm just saying,
remember in the office when Michael,
if I like shit put in my butthole at noon, I presumably would like it at 3 in the afternoon too.
Any chick who goes to the gyno just would
Yeah,
love for the
see,
doctor
that's
to
what I'm
slip it in.
thinking.
that's funny.
No. Women are different.
Yeah.
Guys are just creeps.
Yeah.
We are.
Right.
So I think
You're right.
You know, if you
That's a
like
good point.
if you like digits in your butthole, you would like that at any time of the day, even if you've got a little cold. If you've got
You
the
want to be
sniffles.
attracted to them though, Mike.
Well-
you want to be in a romantic setting.
Yeah.
You don't want
Does
to
the
just
doctor have the common decency to give a reach around?
It sounds like he did.
Okay.
It sounds like he did.
Yeah, the fondling of the balls. I think that it would. Why would you care at all if
Well,
you're gay?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
because some gay guys might not even like getting it in the ass. They might, they might only be. They might just be
Maybe.
givers. You know what I mean?
he said Kelly gave an interview at one point to the Beacon Project. This is all very traumatic to me. This is the guy that was fingering buttholes and reaching around. Very traumatic to me. He told the LA Times that he treated his patients at USC properly. I know I did it all professionally and without any other motive. None. So he joins UCLA in 1980. In 2002, he stopped working there, signing a confidentiality agreement settlement with them where they paid him $68,320 and barred him from seeking employment at any U of California campus. So that would be, you got, USC, and then you've got UCal Berkeley and, UCLA, like all those California. He can't apply to any of those. It's what he signed for 68 grand. But they said the settlement was unrelated to allegations of sexual misconduct. So I don't know what the hell that was about. Lee began his studies at UCLA's School of Theater, and 93 saw Kelly the following year. He was 23, made his appointment at the health center for cold. Instead of giving, he insisted, and he was insistent that he needed a rectal exam. and I have to admit, you have to submit to a rectal exam for a cold. I definitely thought it was strange. Kelly told him to undress, but did not look away or leave the room when Lee was doing so.
He says he has a cold at 23 years old, and the doctor says, I'm going to need you to take your pants off. I'm going to stuck my finger in your ass to make sure. And he's just like,
Yeah.
well, I thought it was a
it's
little
tough.
weird, but oh
It's
well.
tough.
There's no chance in hell I'd be like, I think I'm going to a different doctor. Thanks, though.
Well, that's homophobic, but okay. So Kelly,
Remember I had my gay doctor, E?
yeah, and you
And
didn't
I,
walk
and I
away.
felt pressure. I didn't walk
You
away.
pulled your big dong out in
Wait
front
a
of that
minute,
gay
though.
man.
About-
and
He
you-
did a legit
no.
thing that they have to do, something that you've known that have to
He
do.
played
If you
with
went-
Jay's dick and
Yeah, but
balls.
Lee
and
doesn't
you
went in
know.
for
He
a
doesn't know
broken-
where this is going.
If you went in for a broken arm and he said, I'm going to give you a rectal exam,
Hey,
you're saying you would
You
have
know what I
you gotta
felt? I'll
trust
tell you
his
what I
good
felt.
word.
I felt like I don't want to appear like I'm discriminating against this guy because he's clearly outwardly gay. I mean, he's effeminate as hell. He's wearing pink pants. The whole
Did he
9 yards.
sashay into the room?
He basically did with jazz hands.
Yeah.
And so I'm
Okay.
like, Do I duck out of this now and look like I'm
Homophobic.
It's not
No.
the same thing as what I'm describing.
How far
though.
would you let him go?
That's
like
exactly
if he started
what I'm saying.
moaning while he was giving you a.
He was
juggling your-
Captain Queegdom.
He did. He was rolling your bag around and just. If he was like, oh yeah, would that be like, all right, Doc, get out of there? I mean, obviously, if he licked the helmet, you'd be like, all right, enough. This has gone too far.
Too far.
Sir.
Yeah.
Just
But
let me
I'm just saying,
Let me give your Tudge or a little licksy.
You know, maybe Lee's like, dude, I don't know. You know, he's a doctor. He's a doctor. He knows what he's doing.
But for a cough,
Okay,
why is
so
he
he
even going
makes-
to the
hold
doctor
on.
for a cough?
He's
By the
thinking
way,
rectal
He's
thermometer
a
at
pussy.
best.
That's why. Who goes to the doctor for a common cold?
you're right. Take some fucking NyQuil and get over
Yes,
it. Man up.
exactly.
Take some NyQuil. Enjoy the dreams.
And if I was the doctor, I would go, he's coming in here for a common cold. He must want to get his butthole fingered. Like, I would think that.
He thought it was an invitation, maybe.
So he has him undressed. He doesn't turn around. He's just like, oh, yeah, get it all off, Quentin Lee. And so Quentin Lee does. And then he tells him to lean over the exam table with his feet on the ground. And then he inserted a gloved finger
Okay.
into his rectum, pressing around for several minutes.
Several minutes.
Does anyone know how long several minutes is?
I mean, we did 15 seconds
And
earlier.
it was
and
a
that-
nightmare. Imagine if you had double fingers in your butthole. That 15 seconds.
Now, remember Larry Nasser's thing was there was some archaic, obscure procedure that he was leaning on in
Yeah.
some whacked out medical book from Turkey
Yeah.
or something, where he's like, well, really, this is a procedure. If I
Yeah.
insert 2 digits into the vaginal canal
And push
it can
on her butt or
it can
something
release
and-
pressure and
Yeah.
relieve back pain. So he was leaning on that.
Yep.
Is our guy leaning on anything like this? Or is he just
I
like,
don't
you
know.
got me. I'm just sticking
I
fingers
had
up butts.
I had a finger in my butt once. Well, no, that's not true. Multiple times. But at the doctor's, I had one doctor stick a finger in my butthole, and it was horrible, but it was quick. It was in and out quick. You know what I mean?
Wasn't several minutes.
No, it was not several.
several
It was like
minutes. He's just sitting there
it was
bent over.
humiliating.
He
though.
determined what he needed to determine.
I remember he jellied up. He was gloved and jellied.
Yeah.
And then he stuck his fucking finger in my butthole. I was in like 8th grade, and I was like, dude,
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait a minute. What? Are you a part of this thing here? What happened?
I
were
sucked
you,
his dick, and then
No. Why at 8th grade would you
I don't
need
know. I had a cold or something, and I went to the doctor's, and this guy fingered my asshole. I don't know, but he didn't stay in
that?
there.
Seriously, you don't remember why?
I don't. It might have been. I don't
I'm
remember.
just-
Honestly, I don't. It seemed weird to me then. It seems weird now. I don't think you ever need to go in there, but they do. So for whatever reason,
Wow,
I did.
that's-
Yeah, it's tough.
What?
And then the motherfucker, I swear to God, he jellied up a lot, and it was like, what the?
Yeah,
What's
so
going
you're
on? Like I
pooping
could have,
jelly for
dude, I could have
3
slid
months.
down a hill with this stuff. And so he takes his glove off, and I swear to God, he just like whap throws it in the garbage, and like flippant, and I mean flippantly, tossed me some napkins and said, "Clean yourself up," as he walked out the room. I felt like a whore.
Did he
I
leave
felt
a
like I'd been
10 on the
used.
nightstand?
Dude, he might as well have put a 10 on the nightstand. Said, "Yeah, thank you."
You
for
might
your
want to
service."
remember. You might want to ask
It
your
was
mom
horrible.
who this doctor was, because I think you might have a suit here or
The
something.
problem
or-
was he didn't linger. He didn't hang out in my hole for very long. It was in and out. He hit it and quit it quick.
Wow,
And
man.
so I didn't feel, And
Say 8th grade?
Yeah, like 8th grade. And I only went to 8th grade once.
Yeah.
I did not have a second 8th grade. Have you ever had your butthole fingered?
No.
By anybody? Kinky Saturday night with Gab? Nothing?
No.
Finger breaks through the toilet paper and a bad wipe?
No.
Wow. Okay.
Butthole's intact.
Boy, it's virginal.
Yeah, I don't want
for
anybody
you.
touching my butthole, man.
Yeah, he doesn't either.
No.
Nope. So yeah, for several minutes. The exam was not brief, is what Quentin Lee's quote was. It was not brief. Lee said Kelly was silent
When it's a
through the
few-
entire exam. This is his gig. I don't know what this is. What the fuck is this? Doesn't say a word. He just fingers your butthole for minutes and minutes. Yeah. Part of Lee's allegation echoes these of the 48 patients from USC in strikingly similar accounts. Most of these men have described in interviews how Kelly would tell them to undress and then would not leave the room or look away while they did so. Then he would tell them to get on the table on their hands and knees, which differs from Mr. Lee's account, where he had both feet firmly planted on the ground. Always in silence, Kelly would examine them without warning. Without warning, he would just insert his fingers or a device into their rectums, keeping it in place for up to minutes. 50 men 45 alleged that Kelly gave them inappropriate
My
rectal
God.
exams. 23 said he gave them prolonged genital exams that made them feel anything from distressed to violated.
Did any of them look over their shoulder, see what my man was doing?
Yeah, it's like, hey, look, no
Hey,
hands.
Doc.
No hands.
Yeah.
You one of those?
Yeah.
Moon River.
Right.
Many of these people, these guys at USC, said that Kelly asked inappropriate questions, often using vulgar language that seemed to have no medical purpose, which seems he would ask, where did they have sex? Did they watch porn? What dating apps they used? What race were their partners?
With his finger up their butt.
Oh, yeah, like firmly.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, well, you know,
So
he's killing
weird.
time at that point. Kelly has defended his practice, telling the LA Times that he looked away or exited the room when his patients undressed, and that it was standard for a doctor to take a rectal swab while simultaneously checking for anal warts. So,
Do the standard
Human
anal
look.
wart check.
look, listen, it is standard practice to start fingering buttholes and check for anal warts at the same time. That's what our job is.
A guy like this, I wonder, honestly, like if he went into the medical thing at one point, completely legit, and just like maybe did it one time and like realized he could get away, or seriously, was it at what? Like, was he just like, hey, I fucking love this thing. I'm gonna
Well-
become a doctor, and this is gonna be my, like that's what,
Clearly, he got through medical school. He gets to the practice. He's in Southern Cal. It's beautiful. He sticks one finger in an asshole. He gets a semi, and then he's like, "Oh shit, this is my jam. This is my jam." And now what do we do? Problem is, after that first visit that Mr. Lee took, would you go back for a second one?
No.
A couple years later, let a couple years go by. He got that out of his system. He got sick again. Son of a bitch gets another common cold on the UCLA or USC campus. And he said, they're like, oh, yeah, you're going to see Dr. Kelly. And he's like, no. Can I see any other doctor? And they're like, nah, he's the only one here. Sorry. Kelly again insisted on giving him a rectal exam, explaining it was necessary given how much time had passed since the last rectal exam. It had been 2 years, man.
God.
So Lee said that since then he's repressed the memory, and it just came back to him, recalling it last week when he heard about Kelly's accusers on the radio while driving his son to preschool. It was the 90s before hashtag Me Too. I was thinking I was just alone since last week. He's been suffering from insomnia all week. He's written about his experience with Kelly a few times. So anyways, I don't know what happens here, but all these gay dudes seem to think that their butts were fingered inappropriately. I know. What a fucking dude.
why.
Why? Can't you just be a pro? Be a pro. Go to work and work. You know, if you got to get in there, it sucks. Go get in there and get out.
Just everybody be generally nice to each other.
Yeah. That's
That's it.
Jay, we all saw the Brazilian man get hit with a tire.
Yeah.
It was
One of the greatest videos on the
basically our
internet.
favorite video of all time. We might have to relive it. E, if you could find that, please. Because the man lived, it's the greatest video ever. There's another man that's been hit with a tire.
I saw this.
Yeah, and he gets launched. And I don't know the condition of him. We might be watching, a snuff film, but
Yeah.
have you guys seen the video going around of the guy?
At the bar?
Yeah. Is it the greatest fucking video ever?
I'm unwilling to say that until we know whether he's dead or not.
There's no way the media would be letting this sit online if he was dead. Because it's a snuff film at that point. They just wouldn't. They'd at least blur him as he catapulted down the street.
Let's see it, Jesus.
I mean, tires are dicks, man. Yep, having a beer. What's up?
Oh boy.
Here 1
Just
minute, gone the
erased.
next. Yeah,
Erased.
gone. Done.
My God, man.
Does he notice it? Oh,
Yeah, he knows.
He's like, oh,
what
shit.
The fuck?
He didn't really notice it. He
Right.
noticed the car, but he didn't notice the tire.
Yeah, you're right.
Correct. He
What's
heard.
that?
He's already got a crutch, too. He's already messed
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, he's already crutched up. Yeah.
Just erases him.
Yeah, that tire's definitely speeding. Someone ought to give him a ticket. Yeah, I'm having a beer, and then I'm gone. Oh, and then I'm gone.
Yeah, so he hears the car running on the rim, you know? He's
Yeah.
like, what the hell is that?
Look at his friend with the white hat left sees it.
Yeah, he's
and
like, oh, shit.
he jumps up and is like, Lordy, oh, Lordy, Lordy, look.
Look at this point, his life is completely normal.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Nothing.
At this point, he's focused on the beer and the conversation he's having, and both are going to become completely irrelevant. Irrelevant. Right here,
Good pause,
that
Eve.
beer and
Good
that
pause.
conversation mean fuck all to that guy. Everything has changed.
forever.
Oh, man.
Good pause job. Look at his buddy. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lordy. Oh,
Look at the amount of
damn.
energy he took out of that tire.
Look at his friend, doesn't know what to do. Like, I'm getting my car and getting the fuck out of here. Is this
He
buddy
really just
leaving?
left too.
Yeah, what is with
Dude.
No, the buddy's going to chase the guy down because the dude's riding on a rim with just
Yeah.
not even
You're
a
probably,
rim.
Yeah, you're probably
That's
right.
It's a broken axle.
Is that a dick move or a brilliant move?
What do you? How could it be a dick move if he's trying to get?
Because
the
you
guy?
don't. Because
Who
fuck
knows?
the
He probably
car.
just left.
The guy didn't hit the ejector button on his tire to fly off.
No, I know, but if he's not with his buddy's down, man down.
He's got two other guys with him. He's attended to.
All right,
Nothing
he's already
white,
got crutches. He's
nothing
seen this
white-hatted
thing.
guy can do
Yeah,
except go get the perp.
boy, he did take off. And what's he gonna do when he catches him?
Let's see it again.
Oh, okay.
Why is he sitting so far away from the table?
Yeah, are you saying he
Is there a table?
Well, I don't know.
Looks like they're just in a circle in those shit. God, who
Yeah, that's
made
a
those
shit.
goddamn chairs? Those chairs suck.
They suck.
You lean back in them and they
almost
bend,
break,
they
they
bow,
bend.
they bow. Yeah.
Yeah, and one of those legs will like give out.
Sure.
They're terrible, terrible.
Alrighty, let it go. All right, here it comes. God, the
It-
universe just had it out for him.
Yeah. I mean, here 1 minute, gone the next. Look at the tire though. When the tire leaves the car, it's the timing of these tires, these tire
Yes,
attacks,
remarkable.
is remarkable. Like it jumps a curb, it misses a car, it bounds a little bit left because it knows it needs to line up his attack, and then smokes that guy. Like back it up, you can see the rim. Look at when it bounces up onto the curb, it veers a little bit to the left.
It's kind of going between the street lamp and the.
It's between
Yeah.
the lamp and the curb, yeah. So it's just perfect.
Yeah.
Man, it's just perfect.
Yeah, it's almost as perfect as the original. Do we have the original? E, our favorite video ever.
Yeah, I still like the original.
You like it better?
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Because he stays in frame. I mean, the erasure of that guy is pretty interesting, but this is
framed
just
up nice. I mean,
And the lead up, it's daylight, so you can see the tire coming.
yeah, and you know the guy's really a hero. This
Here it
tire
comes.
was
Here it
definitely
comes. Here it comes.
Oh,
You know, I mean, it's just
it comes back.
yeah, it comes. But look at what this gentleman did. That tire was going to break a window. I promise you, it was going to break a window if his head doesn't get in the way. Look at the energy. This man's fucking head
Yeah.
took off this tire. If you back it up, this thing is cooking and it's done. The tire's done.
Nice pause.
Yeah. So if you let it go, look at the tire. It's lost all its momentum. It's wobbling mess.
Oh my God, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
I love the guy that's worried more about the tire right here
Yeah.
than the dead guy.
You always say that if the guy, dude, you gotta get that right of the road. It's dangerous. I mean, there's someone at him.
Plus,
Yeah.
it just attack somebody. It's gonna get away. Like,
Yeah,
the tire.
yeah, arrest that perp.
Well, no,
This
but if
guy
it's in
stops.
the road.
This guy is fucking out.
And we know that he lived. We did check, so
Oh, yeah, well-
we didn't watch a snuff film. We saw him actually get rolled over, right, in one of the films.
At
This
the-
is a long
dude,
one. I think in this one he finally ends up
Okay,
getting
yeah,
out there.
he's stirring.
At
He's
this
stirring.
point, no.
Yes, go
What
look at
we
there,
learned
yeah.
is he's
Yeah, there he
almost
is.
he's almost like playing it up. He's
Dude, he's
almost
sitting up.
yeah. The ambulance shows up. They're not even turning their lights on. Like this guy's fine. He's fine.
Doesn't need a gurney. Get him up.
No. It's like, bro, really? Why are we even here? You're fine. Get up.
Ice
Jog
pack.
home. Yeah, 2 Advil. We'll see you tomorrow.
I don't know. It definitely looks like he bled on the sidewalk.
Oh, he bled a lot on the sidewalk. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he planted quick. See if you can pause it really quick, right when he gets tagged. Because that's the best one, where it's like instantly life changed. I mean, it's like, yeah. Yep.
I like it. Honestly, I like it more like this. Oh shit, I did it wrong. Like I like the other with the other one where it's right before they hit this because this notion of like their whole life.
I like when he goes supine. Is it supine he goes?
He's going to go prone.
Prone. Okay. I like when,
this right
when he
here.
goes prone initially before he hits the ground.
Yeah, where
Like
he's
there. I
level.
mean, that is so dope. Like, dude, That's a magician. That's a trick.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like Michael Jackson couldn't do that.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Poor Brazilian man.
Sure he gets laid showing that video to girls, though.
He
Probably
gets
does
laid.
Not with
now.
that face. Not with how it probably looks after that sidewalk.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty fucking bad. Did you see the guy in New York, man? Another one of these. I don't know what it is about people, and this doesn't count. You're 50, your wife's 51, whatever. You can't remember where the gas pedal versus the brake
Oh,
is.
dude, I saw this.
Yeah, and
She got smoked, right? They're washing their car, and he gets in to kind of pull it forward a little bit. Or something, is
I
what's
think
alleged.
he left it in reverse, and he hops in to like, oh, I'm gonna stop it really quick, and to slam on the brakes, and he hits the gas.
Who does that?
Someone that wants to murder their wife.
Yeah.
Just tired of their fucking wife. That's who. I mean, honestly, we'll give him at this point, air quotes, accidentally ran over his wife. If you're 85 plus, I think it's legal.
Well, it's
to
like
run
that
over your
time. Remember
wife.
that story
Like,
we
they don't-
had where he ran her over in through the garage door to the backyard.
she
essentially?
ran him over.
Or she ran him over. Yeah.
Yeah, the tires were moaning. Why are the tires moaning? Yeah,
She pushed him through the garage wall. Yeah.
through the garage wall and through the fence in the backyard.
I know we've talked
Yeah.
about it, but you're right, Mike. When you say that, like, you have this certain age where you can kind of like
You can murder at will.
You have a what do you call it in golf? You know, you have a
Mulligan.
You have a mulligan. You can murder your.
You can get one murder.
but it's got to be in that way. It's got to be like in that setup of the car
Yeah.
or something like that. It can't. I mean, you know,
Yeah, what is the deal? Like, if you shoot your wife
you're not that. Then you're
or a
fucked.
husband, you're fucked. Well, maybe you are, maybe you aren't. You could probably go, I don't know. I didn't
Cleaning my gun.
Yeah. She walked up nagging about some bullshit.
You can't say that.
Dude, it's the age. Yeah, you get away with it.
Yeah.
You're allowed
So-
one, I guess, right?
You can run your wife or husband over.
And you can definitely go into a store at least once. Like the husband
With
and
your
wife, they
car.
still
Now, you
might
don't
look
mean,
into
like,
things
walking-
and go, "Were they nice?" But you can 100% like run your car into a Rite Aid
Yeah.
and just go,
Yeah,
"Oh well,
yeah.
oh crazy."
Yeah. What is the age where we go, that's okay. That's
80?
your one.
Yeah, something about 80s.
Something about 80. I think
Yeah.
80 is a nice mark.
Yeah,
you know
nice
what I mean?
cutoff point.
But are you really going to shit all over a 79-year-old man that plows his wife
It
over
does
the
feel
driveway?
different than an 80-year-old. It does.
I would agree, but
I actually might go 75 even.
Oof.
75.
Well, E thinks an old lady is 46 years old. So.
yeah. But 75, a lot of people make it to 75. Do you want guys running their wives over all the time, left and right, all
I don't want
loosey-goosey?
it. I'm just saying.
I mean, at 80, you know, I mean,
Yeah,
you
I
can
don't
play the senile card. Confused, right? Confusion is the one that gets them.
know. Okay, yeah, you're right.
So this guy's washing his truck, his old Jeep, with his wife, and he's 50. Isabel Ramirez Cohetero, 51. They're washing the Jeep Commander at a BP gas. Who goes to a BP gas station to wash your truck by hand?
Yeah, I didn't get that either.
I don't fully get that. He leaves the car in reverse. Seems how convenient that he left it in reverse.
I understand why it's not in the bushes if it's in reverse.
No, it's in her.
No, before this happens, if you left it in reverse, why is it just sitting there?
Yeah, I know. Some things aren't making much sense. So he rushes to the wheel in an effort to stop the Jeep instead of stepping on the brake. He presses on the gas and barrels over his wife. The woman was rushed to the hospital, pronounced dead. No arrest has been made, and an investigation is pending. So you can see.
Let's see it, Jesus.
We won't see her. No, just. Yeah.
Is that... There must be a wall behind them, I'm assuming? Like she got squished? Because... Does that look violent enough to kill somebody?
Yeah.
Does it?
If there's a barrier.
Yeah, there needs to be a barrier.
Clearly
I think
there is.
That thing hits.
Clearly. Does he pound on the gas? Yeah, he does. Yep.
So what's
Yeah.
he do now? What's he do at this very moment?
Yeah, what's his next move?
We don't know.
If he fist...
Says, but-
Is that you, Isis?
no, I don't
Looks
think
like you.
kind of does. a
So
little
what do
bit.
you... Like, you'll let him off if he comes out and goes,
Oh my God!
Like, hands to head, oh my. But if he comes out, like, fist pumps...
Does the icky shuffle?
Yeah, if he does the icky shuffle, he's guilty of murder, right?
Yes.
Like, if he does the icky shuffle, even any of those, I mean, if he does the... I'm trying to think of other dances.
Yeah,
what's that one that everyone's doing
The
now?
one where the knees
Floss.
go.
The floss. If he does the floss outside of his truck, he should go to jail.
Yes.
So he's got to go. He's got to remember gas pedal, pow, and then get out, hands to head.
no.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Totally. But if he jumps out and like does,
It needs to be dramatic enough so that closed circuit picks it up. You know, picks up the acting job. Like, oh, like that was negative. I didn't.
That was negative.
I didn't.
Oh no!
Oh me! I didn't mean that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then quickly pull it forward, right?
Yeah.
That'd be the reasonable action.
Pull it forward, get it off her.
Yes.
Do you check? You have
my
to
God.
check on her.
Oh, you got to pull it forward and then run back.
Run back like, oh my God, I care. Yeah. But a fist pump, if he goes one time, even once, fucking game over. Man. Did you see the? Remember? Did we talk about the story about the mentally ill black guy in Texas?
Oh, who's being led away by the rope?
Yeah,
Yes. I don't think we
horseback.
talked about that. That was awful looking.
He was handcuffed, right? So he's handcuffed. He's homeless, and he's breaking into places in Texas. That's his thing. And his family's been worried about him forever. They've tried to get him help, and nothing's worked. And so there's video. Or I don't know if is it just pictures?
I only have pictures here, but I mean,
so pictures come out, and it looks awful. Like the aesthetics of it are.
Looks like something out of like 1881 or something, you know?
Yeah, dirt road and fucking black guy handcuffed and being led by two cops on horse through the street while they've tied rope to the handcuffs. So yeah, is that the only picture?
Would
you
it
got
be
there?
better to tie up one of the mighty steeds and then walk the guy across the
It'd be
street?
better to put him on the back of the other horse.
Yeah, you want him
Two
to
horses.
mount him up on the horse?
Yeah.
I don't know
Why
if you.
not?
I don't know if you want.
Give him his own horse? Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, he's handcuffed. He can't control the horse. He's going to start wandering. Put him on the back with somebody else.
I don't. There it is. And this is the picture that went viral, and it looks like what fucking year is this, man?
Yeah.
It looks like 1890s or something. I mean, it looks like you're parading a black man.
You can almost
through
conclude
town.
the things around his neck too. It almost looks
I
like
know.
the rope is. Yeah, that's awful looking.
And people were like, he had a hood on his. They had a hood on his face, and they pulled it off. Blah. That was the rumor, big time. He did not have a hood on his neck or on his face that they pulled off. What he had was, he was known for walking through town with a welding mask on. And so
What?
he was wearing his welding mask, and then the cop took the welding mask off him, and then carried it back to the station.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Is that it in the cop's arm right there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Holding it like a football sort of?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Wouldn't you at that point just let him wear the welding mask? I mean, like, what is the harm in letting him keep the welding mask on? So, what do you do if you're a horse cop?
Well, how far are they going? They're obviously just walking him across the street or something. That's what I'm saying. Like, tie up the horse, walk the guy
Yeah.
across the street. That looks really bad.
I know it's. Yeah, it does. I'll give you that. I looked at it too and went, really, really? Where we are now, do we need this?
Right.
Is this the picture we need?
No.
In the current climate of the world or this country? No. But if you play it out and you go, okay, you're a horse cop. It's not like you can throw someone in the back of your car, you know what I mean? With the fucking fence between you.
You can, however, hand your reins over to your buddy horse cop, get off the horse, and like I said, walk the guy across the street.
Yeah. I think what protocol typically is in a situation like this
Tie
is
the guy to a rope.
no. That's used, yes. But usually what they'll do is call for backup, and then someone with an engine and four wheels and a car will show up. They were plumb out.
It's like on Chips when Ponch and John would have a perp they needed a lot. Barry would pull up in the squad car. right?
Absolutely.
And they'd put him in Barry.
Yes.
Barry's car.
Yeah. Well,
Or Sarge's car.
they didn't have anyone on the. They didn't need an ambulance. They didn't need the fire truck. It's just the mentally ill guy with the welding mask on that we know breaks into places. But we need to take him in and not putting him on the back of my mighty steed, right? He's not getting on the back of my mighty steed. And so that was the best they could come up with. And this is actually a
well
technique
done.
that's used. This is an actual technique. Like if you're doing crowd control, better to be on a horse or on foot or a bike or, if you're one of those badass mall cop, what is that?
Segway.
If you can get a Segui out there and ride that around the streets, that's dope, dude. But how do you take a perp back? You handle them and then you call for backup. Backup takes them in.
I guess, yeah.
Backup's not available. And so cops explained the transportation unit was not available immediately. So when the Mountie mounted officers called. So to pick up, this guy's name is Donald Neely. He's 43 years old. While this technique of using mounted horses to transport a person during an arrest is considered a best practice in certain scenarios, such as during crowd control, the practice was not the correct use for this instance. Although this is a trained technique and best practice, I believe our officers showed poor judgment in this instance and could have waited for a transport unit at the location of the arrest. But they're not bringing charges against these officers. And I think Donald Neely, for his part, went, the cops were great to me. They treated me with such respect.
Did he really?
Yeah, he did. He did. He said the cops were very nice, very polite. You know, outside of the rope around my, walking me back like a fucking stray dog. Outside of that aspect of it, they were very, very polite and nice, kind guys, and I have no problem with them. His family's like, motherfucker, what? We need millions of dollars. Are you kidding me? Parading him around like that? They're leaning on there was no malicious intent. We understand it looks like shit. Doesn't look good, but there was no malicious intent. They weren't trying to.
Well, I'm sure Twitter had fun with it, right?
Oh, yeah, they did. And they've changed their policy. So they will no longer be using this as a way to bring
Seems
in
good.
perps. Yeah, I would agree. Do we have any email, Jay?
We do have some email. If you want to write in, email us at email@detroitcast.com. Howard the Walmart greeter here with a point of personal preference, he says. A grievance has found me.
Okay.
So allow me to start the clock for Howard the
them up.
Walmart
All right.
greeter. Jay, you seem to be bucking the system at the Salvation Army, bro hammer. I know you were on a tight schedule, but do you hate America? Listen, man, when you ignore the rules, the terrorists win. It's the Salvation Army, for God's sakes, not the Salvation Marine Corps. The Army has standards and shit. You're a Spartan, man, not some whiny Walmart Wolverine that needs a safe space. It's embarrassing. Waiting in line to give shit away is what makes America greater than every other nation on earth. Without our generosity, sub-Saharan African kids wouldn't have those sweet Broncos Super Bowl T-shirts.
He's got a point. Look, I understand your frustration. You pull up and you're kindly, generously donating stuff to the less fortunate. But they've got rules.
Oh, my God.
They've got laws.
You really
We're a
pick and
nation of
choose when you
laws.
do these rules, huh, man? It's
We're a
okay when
nation of laws.
it's
They
for
didn't-
you.
Hold
It's
on,
always
Jesus,
okay.
Shut the fuck up.
You guys
They
have-
weren't open for another
Always
15
okay.
minutes. It's not okay to talk over each other. That's rude, and you know it.
I apologize.
And disrespectful.
Thank you. I accept
As
your apology.
disrespectful, well, whatever.
I didn't mean to say fuck off. I did, but
It's all right.
I should watch myself. I apologize.
I'm
for that.
not gonna revisit my whole argument on this.
Because you're
Oh
wrong.
yeah, it's not in your best interest to revisit the argument because you wanted special treatment. You wanted your white male privilege to take over in that instance. You wielded it like a weapon, and then you used it to tackle someone lesser than you.
Yeah.
That man had a tiny wee bit of power in the world, and you took it from him. You tattled on him, and you got your way. And
This
and he
really
was crushed.
offends thee.
Oh yeah,
this
it
action
does.
really offends thee.
It's not the action.
You know why it
how
offends you?
it's that it's okay. It is literally okay for you in this instance, for you, because it was more beneficial to you to
this
get
is-
this.
and this-
that is not how you treat other people
There's
or life or
a
how you
very
act about it.
Specific reason why. Because I was taking everything out.
does
and
not matter.
It does. Hold on. Just hear me out. This is exactly how the process works. You take the shit out and you put it there.
I know how
and
it
then
works.
people sort it. So do I. I worked there for months.
Yeah, I give stuff there all
Court
the time.
ordered. You did not voluntarily work there. That was court ordered.
My whole thing was I'm going to take the shit out, put it in the exact same spot as every time. And then in 15 minutes, if you want to get to it, then you can pick it up and sort it then.
Good, you
I'm
should-
not asking you to sort it right now.
You should have gotten a vest and a name tag then, and then it would have been fine. Go to work.
Howard
Go to work.
continues. Howard continues. Just kidding, Jay. Fuck that guy. Go green.
Wow.
Go white, Howard.
Oh man.
Niles writes in, or Niles? I'm not sure.
I'm gonna go Nils.
N-I-L-S.
Niles. It's
Nils.
Niles.
Niles?
No
Really?
less. Yeah.
Okay.
It's no less.
And Ils? And Isles. I don't know.
Niles.
Fags. Kowalski.
Whoa.
I must comment on their meats. My local Kroger had the olive loaf at half price, so I bit the bullet and bought it. It looked completely disgusting, but it actually tastes pretty good. The
Yeah.
olive loaf. I'm going to try the liver next. Thanks.
Oh, God. I mean, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
balls.
Sure, it's great.
I'll go to Twin Peaks and get whatever we had. What do we have today?
We got the pork cubano.
Yeah,
and
the pork
barbecue burger.
cubano.
Pork Cubano.
Look, you stuck
Pork
around all
Cubano.
this time, Mike, just so you could
Just
repeat
to
that for
answer
you.
that question, I'm gonna settle with the pork cubano from Twin Peaks over the liver.
Yeah.
Whatever.
The Kowalski liver.
Unless they come out with a cow's tongue.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Ew.
Sounds
You
delicious.
ever see
right?
that at the grocery store, honestly?
Yeah,
Cow's
and
tongue?
I want
Freaks
to
you out.
see a manager.
I used to do that when I was a little kid. I'd run to the meat department. Honest to God, I'd run back there with my brother, and we'd look at like the gross fish laying there, and be like, "Oh, look at his eye!" And then we'd look for cow tongue and stuff.
Oh, so gross.
You know what I saw someone share the other day, and it's like, God, they don't do this anymore. But you talk about being a kid and looking at that stuff. Remember the lobster tanks that used to just be Those just aren't there anymore.
They take those out?
Yeah, right? I don't think they're there anymore.
Yeah, they would tape their hands shut.
Do they?
Tape their hands.
At Meijer and Kroger and
Rubber
stuff?
banded.
Yeah, like at some places.
Okay, I guess I just don't. I
Yeah.
felt like they were everywhere, and I haven't seen them. Recently.
Yeah,
I've seen
didn't
them more like down south, like up here. Yeah, no, not really.
You don't shop at purveyors of fine meats.
I go to Meijer and I go to Walmart, and that's where they used to be.
As I said.
They kind of like to look at it as like
Into the
animal
mic.
cruelty now.
Into the mic.
Into the mic.
They
There you
think
go.
of it as like animal cruelty now.
Yeah.
It
Like
is.
they don't
Oh,
really
you mean
like
when
that
you
type
tape
of
their
stuff.
weapons shut and put them in a tank?
They're defenseless.
They're so
And
delicious.
in a box and all over each other. It kind of looks bad.
But
like
they
the
taste
pig
so
farms.
good. Dip them in butter, and oh my God, it's to die for.
I think crab's way better, but
Isn't that what
crab.
Crab,
Yeah.
Isn't that what Florida State's quarterback was stealing?
Lobster?
Yeah,
Wasn't
dude.
Jameis Winston
I think he
stealing,
was
like-
stealing lobster
Yes,
tail
you're right.
from
Yeah.
a grocery store.
Yeah.
You're
Yes.
right, dude.
You're a quarterback and you're stealing lobster?
Yeah.
You know.
Isn't that like...
Well, a college quarterback, he wasn't making any
Yeah.
money.
Sure he was.
Oh.
He was making a shitload of money, I'm sure.
No, not,
Whatever.
Not officially.
Bone Job writes in. Haven't heard from Bone Job in a while.
Still listens?
Hey, Jay and Mike, you were discussing how Mike, if he were on America's Got Talent, he would have no sob backstory.
Yeah.
But I couldn't disagree more. Mike is responsible for pulling a retard up and providing him a life that brings himself to tears. How many drunk phone calls has Mike received from the tard thanking him for his life?
Dozens.
It would make the perfect backstory.
Yeah,
Great
the problem
point,
is
Bone Job.
when you add cameras and you've got a production team, you've got directors and producers and field scouts.
Number one, you
and
probably
grips.
can't say retard.
No, yeah, right. Which I would slip up. They'd have to bleep me. That's not going to win me any favors. But when you've got grips and best boys and full production staff, multicam shoot, and people are calling for action, like E would need to be able to jump in and play the role of the sob story retarded kid that I picked up from the ashes.
Yeah.
Of you know,
He'd be
and
so nervous his leg be
shaking the whole time, and he could be like, "Fuck you, dude! Fuck you! I could have done anything I wanted. Fuck you! Fuck you too, best boy! Shut up, Grip! Fuck you! America's Got Talent. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't care." He'd have one of those tantrums.
Yes, he would.
And then the next day, he'd be like, "Dude, you were right. I should look. Probably not the best idea to go off and scream at all the people that make the show possible. I told NBC executives to suck dicks and stuff. That probably wasn't smart. My bad. And I'd be like, yeah, I told you, whatever you do not tell the executives at NBC to suck your dick. I know, dude. I know, bro. Dude." That's how that would go. That's why that would never work.
Yeah, Bone Job.
Unless I hired someone to play E, you know, portray.
Like Hot Easus? You think he could pull it off? Could grab Hot Easus. He could definitely pull it off.
Yeah. I
Hey.
think I could.
We will save the rest for tomorrow.
All right, let's get out of here. Thank you, guys. Gary, thank you so much for being a member. I hope you had fun. Twin Peaks, as always, thank you guys for coming. Corey and crew, we appreciate that. Jesus. We'll get out of here for now. God, it was. Oh, never mind. I'll tell you tomorrow. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you guys then.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.